Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Women Who Rock with Success, which is an award-winning show for professional women. We profile a collective of amazing women who are thriving to build their brand. Women are handpicked in various fields who can provide credible information to build your business and lifestyle. We are live each Thursday at 9 a.m. Central Time, followed by our latest brand, Women Who Rock Investigates. To learn more about us, go to our website at www.womenwhorockwithsuccess.com. Now, let's join our podcast host in the studio, Mrs. Diane Winbush.
Hey, good morning, and welcome to Women Who Rock with Success. We're so thankful that everyone tuned in with us on today. It is a pleasure to be here on this Thursday at 10 o'clock a.m. This is usually our Women Investigates segment, but we canceled that for today in order to be able to get this exciting guest to be able to be with us on today, to be able to help business owners to be able to be profitable in whatever brand that they are trying to succeed in. So today we welcome to the platform Miss Ellie Shefi. Miss Ellie Shefi. So good morning, Ellie.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, and so we're gonna get started, and we want you to be able to tell the audience or tell all of us a little bit about you, what compelled you to be able to start this brand for business owners, because I'm sure it's not just for women and what have you. But what were some of the steps that led you up to wanting to be that person to be able to start this brand? So tell us a little bit about you, how you got started, and what compelled you to be able to thrive this for business.
Well, my life story is how I got to where I am. So they say necessity is the mother of invention, right? So today I'm known as an attorney. I'm the dean of a law school and the staff attorney to a federal judge. I'm also a serial entrepreneur, a #1 international best-selling author, and Quilly Award-winning author. I'm a speaker, a strategist, a consultant, a coach, a teacher, trainer, and philanthropist. But the road to get there was paved because I'm also an abuse survivor, a rape survivor, a domestic violence survivor.
Oh, wow.
I've been homeless. I've lived in my car. I've eaten the food restaurants we're throwing away at the end of the night. I am a cancer survivor and a medical miracle. So with every fire that I've walked through, I've had to get creative in architecting my life, right? In taking control of my life, in using everything that's happened to me as that fire and that fuel for to propel me forward and to use my life as a force for good. So my forays into entrepreneurship started at 10 years old because I was hungry and because I needed money for clothes. So I thought, what do I know? What do I love? What can I do? And I started choreographing dance, and I started tutoring. So again, necessity is the mother of invention, and that same paradigm carried me through every situation, and every business I've started was in a direct response to a problem that I had in my life or a situation that I had in my life that I needed a solution for. And then, of course, during COVID, when I wrote 5 books in a year and launched 3 companies, 2 publishing houses, and a nonprofit all during COVID, all of that was because people needed help. And so, again, necessity is the mother of invention. I saw my friends losing their jobs. I saw my friends losing their businesses. I saw my friends struggling with the weight of this new reality. Having to homeschool while they're now working from home, while they're being everything to everybody and no longer having an outlet. And so I just used that time to serve and to launch new programs and resources and platforms that could help my female entrepreneur friends that could help my women friends who were struggling with the emotional weight of things. And yeah, so that's how I got here. Necessity, life events. And
wow,
necessity.
That is a huge package. That's a huge package. That is a huge package. And even as I look at your portfolio right now, you know, it's a actually perfect picture of you, you know, in the waters, and then it's this break. You got one of your components listed as breakthrough, you know, and so the things and the challenges that you went through, you did not allow it to limit you. You got up and you found something that you could be able to use in order to be able to build others. Wow, that is certainly amazing. If I could sit here, I would ask you to go over that one more time, because there are so many women, especially, they are struggling in so many things. COVID, as you shared, you know, has been a big limitation for a lot of individuals, and corporate American women are still continuing to struggle, you know, as having to do, you know, their office at home and what have you. And so this is very, very powerful. They also need this too. Of course, we have coaches on the show throughout the year, but never heard the portfolio like this explained. And so that is so amazing. And so even with that, share with us for some that know and some that may not know, or some that may need to be brushed up in their skills as to the purpose of them increasing their profitability.
Well, increasing your possibility increases your profitability. And one of the things that I think sometimes gets lost in the day-to-day grind is we get so focused on the definition of possibility or the definition of prosperity, and we immediately think of prosperity in terms of financial. But one of the things that I think COVID really taught us is increasing our profitability is increasing time with family, is increasing time with ourselves, is increasing our tools and resources that we can use to cope. It's increasing our diversification platforms. You know, if you want to get specific in business, it's thinking, what are ancillary products or services that my clients would use before me, during me, after me, or instead of me? You know, that's the conversation I usually have when I'm working with clients to pivot or to diversify, which really then expands their profitability and expands their possibilities as well. Because when we start expanding the definition of profitability into all these different areas, and we redefine success into all these different areas as well. Your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your financial health, your relationship health, your self-care routine, you know, everything also from what's your nutrition and how much are you sleeping and how are you prioritizing stress management. And all these different things are actually critical factors of increasing your profitability, because when you increase in one area, it opens up the possibility for balance and for expansion in other areas as well.
Absolutely. Okay, go ahead. You can finish. I was just agreeing with you.
So, you know, I'm curious by nature, as we've kind of touched on. When life gets real, then I look for a creative way out. And so that's actually been a huge joy during COVID is working with my clients on all those different areas and helping them to get really clear, because the clearer they are on why they do what they do, the purpose behind it, the more fire you have in your belly, the more resiliency you have, the more creativity you have, the more you're unwilling to accept defeat, the more you're unwilling to quit when something isn't quite working the way that you would love, or when you're not quite getting the profitability results that you had hoped. When you're super clear on your why, then you'll figure it out. You'll go up. I mean, that's what women do, right? We go up, over, around, through, under. We will find a way if it's important to us. So, I think just really tapping into that, staying present, getting clear, holding on to your why, being creative, being open to possibility. Because when you are open to possibility, when you literally look at everything as all things are possible, I just don't know the road to get there, but I know that all things are possible. And then you're present and still enough to hear the answer. You'll figure it out.
Right. Okay. So another topic and component from your site, we want to because during the COVID, after the COVID, and I know that's what everybody's talking about, COVID, because that's what we're living in. Dr. Fauci and COVID. That's what people have been talking about for the last almost 2 years, and so now you see people that are entrepreneurs. They've had to be stay-at-home moms. They had to be corporate American moms at home. People are coming out with books. They're writing. They're trying to get all of their thoughts and what they have been through during this COVID. Some people have faced challenges, marital challenges, and then sometimes the COVID has done a very 360 for a lot of individuals in their relationships. So one of the components, you said, I want to write my book. And so if an individual is trying to write a book, you state, enhance your credibility and authority and establish yourself as an expert in your field by contributing a chapter to a compilation or writing a whole book. Because, see, sometimes authors, when they start out, they just want to write. But how important is it for a author to be able to donate or maybe allow individuals to read the first 2 chapters for free on Amazon or whatever, or Barnes & Noble? How important is that for them to get their message out there by just them contributing a chapter back to their readers?
Well, I am a firm believer. I mean, I did 5 books this year and started 2 publishing houses this year, and I have 6 clients whose books are coming out between now and January. So we're quite busy on that. But I'm a firm believer that your message matters. Your story matters. Your life matters. Your voice matters. And that someone in the world is waiting for you to show up as you. Someone in the world is waiting for you to share your knowledge, your skills, your passions, your story with them in the way that only you can. And so I am a firm believer that everyone should write a book. That being said, you need to write a quality book. It is not enough, especially if you're in business. So there's the conversation I always have with someone who wants to be an author's coaching client or have my publishing house do their book is, what's your purpose behind the book? Or do you just want to share a story that's on your heart? Because that's a different animal than you're an entrepreneur or you're positioning yourself as an expert or authority in your field. If you are using the book because you're an entrepreneur or because you're someone in a high-profile industry and you want to, quite honestly, increase your consulting fees, or you want to increase the amount that you can charge for your products or your services, or you want to become a speaker and you want to be able to charge substantial speaking fees, then your book needs to be done right. It needs to be done professionally, and you don't want to self-publish it. If you're just going to tell your story because it's a dream of yours and you want to leave a legacy, by all means, you can do it yourself and you can self-publish it. But that's not going to give you the boost and credibility and authority that you need when you have a business purpose behind the book. So that's always the first conversation I have with people. And then it's really about diving deep into, again, how do you want to leverage the book? And then working backwards from that. So if you're in business, what's your product suite? You know, what do you offer? who's your ideal client? What questions would they have? What struggles would they have? What value would they be seeking that you can provide in your book? How can you reverse engineer your book so that your book is most powerfully serving the clients that you would want to attract in your business? So we really dive deep into that because it is absolutely essential if you want to be a leader in your field nowadays, because to your point, during COVID, everybody and their mother's uncle's cousin self-published a book, many of which are not good, because they just thought, I'm going to write a book and self-publish it, without proper editing or formatting or structure or anything like that. But you want to distinguish yourself from that, right? You really want to stand out from the crowd. And when your book is well done, when it's professionally done, it is going to be so different from all of the self-done books that are out there that it instantly cuts through the noise and it stands out. It stands out as, oh, this is someone that knows what they're talking about. This is someone that I can learn from. And to your question, the part of your question was how important is it to have that preview on Amazon? That's critical because it's in that preview that the people who are looking for the books and looking through the books will instantly know, oh, this is an expert. It's well written, it's well organized, it's professional, it's powerful, it's succinct, it's speaking directly to me as the ideal client, for that business or that industry, right? That's why I'm looking at that book. So when it's reverse engineered with the end in mind, then you can create the entire journey that takes your ideal client down the path to where it's a natural progression for them to buy your book and then join your program or buy your consulting package or hire you, as a speaker or whatever your objective was. So it's absolutely critical. When you are in this space, ladies, get your book done and get it done right.
Wow, that's awesome. That is well, very stated. So we're going to go a little bit further. We want to be able to talk about one of the books that you have published and written, and we want to talk about Women Who Shine. And so take us a little bit, I guess, in the preface or some of the takeaways that you expect your readers to get out of this book, and the purpose is to, why they need to shine and what have you, because as you stated, and as everybody else knows as well, once we do self-publishing, of course, you get to write your own words and what have you, but as as we all know, that proper editing and formatting and grammar, it's very, very important. Plagiarism plays a big part in that as well, and so it's very, very important. That's the reason why it's important for individuals, to maybe connect with a professional author or mentor or what have you to be able to help coach them through that. So nevertheless, we want you to be able to share a little bit about whether it's the preface of that you have in the book, Women Who Shine, or some of the takeaways that you would love for your readers to be able to get from the book in order for them, to be prepared to purchase.
Yes, so Women Who Shine just came out in August, and I am so excited. It went to #1 international bestseller in 24 categories on launch day, which is that's amazing in the publishing world. So I'm super excited about that. But to the point that we touched on earlier with, COVID's been challenging for everyone. Okay, we're not going to sugarcoat that, but COVID has been particularly challenging on women because all of a sudden you have no outlet. You used to go out with the girls. You used to go to work. You used to go to the gym. You used to, be able to go get your nails done or your hair done or just have a moment for yourself. And then when COVID hit and everything shut down, now all of a sudden you're not going to the office. you live in a house that wasn't set up for everyone to be working. Your husband's working in the office. You're working in the office. Now you have to homeschool. Now you've got no outlet. The kids running around. The house is a mess. You can't get groceries. You know, you have no escape whatsoever. And, you know, that took a substantial mental toll on women, because even before COVID, women tend to try to be everything to everyone, and we usually put ourselves pretty low on the priority list, right? And then COVID came, and now we're not even on the list. Forget being near the bottom of the list. We are not even on the list. And so Women Who Shine is a compilation of 34 amazing, amazing women sharing their stories of shining their light through the darkness, of lessons and inspiration of what they've learned or how they have navigated challenging times, emotional times, darker times. And so Women Who Shine is designed to be a little nugget of hope. It's designed to be a path of inspiration. It's designed to be a little hug and a reminder that you're seen, you're heard, you're not alone. You may be isolated, but you're not alone. Because women band together. And you know, we see you, we recognize you, and if our stories can help in any way, then we're happy to do that. And so in Women Who Shine, I talk about 7 ways to use your life as a force for good. And, you know, I think for me, one of the ways that I have found to get out of my own way, to get out of my own head, to get out of sadness or darkness or overwhelm, is to focus my attention on how can I serve others. Because when I focus on who needs help, how can I help them, what can I do to be of service, I'm no longer focused on me. It's not about me, which when we get in our head, that's when, you know, that's when things can really spiral. And so I share 7 ways to use your life as a force for good, as a life raft for how you can, when you're feeling yourself going down the rabbit hole of sadness, sorrow, loneliness, overwhelm, feeling unworthy, any of the things like that. These are 7 tangible things that you can do to instantly focus on service, focus on others, and use that as the lifeline to pull you out of your darkness.
Okay, that is so great. So we're going to read a testimonial here from one of your clients, and this is going to be next to our next questions. Ramon says, without a doubt, I would recommend working with Ellie as she over-delivers on every course submit challenge. She delivers what she promises and probably 3 times as much, if not more, than you are expecting. And so this is going to be the next question in regards to coaching. You know, a lot of times, Ellie, people hire coaches, they hire mentors, they hire life, business coaches, and what have you. They be expecting a ROI overnight. Okay? I just hired Ellie, and I just hired her a week ago, and I don't see any customers. I mean, I see this all the time. People, they whine about the results, and they don't understand that it's a process. It takes time, and then there's strategies that have to be used. So tell the listeners and talk to the listeners and the audience the purpose of professionals or inspired, you know, women that want to be inspired, the purpose and as to why it is important for them to have a coach, and the patience. Sometimes you can't get people to get to the point where it's patience. And then here, this is what I'm reading from Ramon. She said she delivers what she promises. And so I know that takes patience. And so a lot of individuals, they fire their coaches. Oh, I'm not getting the results I need to get, or I didn't expect this right here. I didn't expect anything from this. And, of course, the coach has sat down and told them, the plan, the initiative, the layout, and what have you. And sometimes individuals still do not get the concept. So share a little bit about this. And this is the question I ask all guests that's on the show that are coaches, business coaches, life coaches, transformational coaches, relationship coaches. I ask them everything because a lot of times entrepreneurs and professionals, they do not get the concept sometimes. Sometimes they're looking for quick results, but they do not understand the concept of the ROI, return on investment.
Yes. So I am very picky. I actually turn away a lot of clients because the most valuable thing I have is my time. And so I work with action takers. People come to me when they're ready. I do not coddle you. I am not that is not me. You come to me. If you want me to validate you and let you know that everything's going to be okay and you're doing great, I'm not the coach for you. Okay? You come to me when you're an action taker going, you know what, I'm here and I need to get there. What's the fastest, easiest way to get there? And so I'm actually lucky in that I do get results overnight for a lot of my clients because they come to me for a very specific thing. They're feeling overwhelmed. They need clarity on something. And my superpower is easy to implement results-driven tools and strategies. So I'm a strategist at heart. I'm very tactical. So if you come to me with a clear business issue, I'm stuck on this. This is my reach. This is what I'm offering. This is, my conversion, whatever. How do I get over here? Within an hour or two, I can give you a very specific action plan. And if you implement that, you are going to see shifts. Now, are you literally going to go from, $100 to $1 million overnight? No, but if you do the action plan that I give you, the $1 will go to $2. Like you will see a result quickly. Now, that being said, if I give you an action plan and you don't take action on it, you are no longer my client because I do not work with dabblers. You come to me when you are ready to take action, and then I got you. Then let's go. Let's do it. And the reason my clients stay with me for so long is because I show up. I will be in the trenches with you. Like we will go long. We will go deep. They get to message me anytime they want. They have a direct access. I'm reviewing things for them at midnight if they send it over. Hey, my VA just sent me this image. What do you think? I'm giving them constant feedback when we're on this journey together. And I think that's super important because a lot of coaches don't do that, right? They say, okay, your call is Wednesday from 10 to 11, and then at 10:59 and 59 seconds, they're hanging up. And they're about kind of the structure versus as long as you're doing the work, as long as you're moving the needle, I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to be right there with you, and you're going to move the needle, and then I'm going to revise the plan so that you can take the next step, and then you're going to move the needle again, and then I'm going to revise the plan with the next best thing that you can do, and you're going to keep moving the needle, and we're going to keep getting you, across the goal line. For women who come to me that I don't feel are quite ready for that, because I can be tough. I am here to get you results. You're not paying for me to babysit you. You're paying for me to get your book done or help you craft your speeches or launch, pivot, diversify, or scale your company, right? You're hiring me for a specific purpose, and I'm going to honor your time. I'm going to honor your money. I'm going to honor your vision for what it is that you want, and we're going to get it done. But if you're not quite ready for that, if I think that maybe you're not all in on that action-taking mode, then I'll start you in my women's program called You Are Not Your Scars. And I have a workshop coming up next month on that. But that is a great place for you to learn how to get out of your own way. In You Are Not Your Scars, we go deep on figuring out what's got you stuck, how you got to where you are, what no longer serves you that we can let go of, and then get super clear on what you want your next chapter to be. What do you really want your life to be? And then creating that action plan, that bridge that will get you from where you are to where you want to be. And for women who aren't super clear on their why, I mentioned that earlier, that you need that why, that burning desire, that fire in your belly, because life is going to kick you in the teeth sometimes. And it's having that resiliency to be able to get back up. So we dive really deep in getting clear on your why, and then figuring out the leverage that you need over yourself. You know, the leverage. When you're like, I don't want to go to the gym today, what's actually going to make you get up and go? You know, like that kind of leverage. So that's a great starting point for someone who isn't quite clear on everything or ready to just like step on the gas and pedal to the metal.
Okay, that is awesome, because that is so profound as to what you stated. Sometimes, coaches, mentors, once an individual, and of course a lot of the guests that we have had, we sit down and we do an initial intake. And then sometimes some entrepreneurs and professionals, they're also kind of confused as to where they are. They got the ideas, they got it all compiled together, but they don't know how to formulate it. And so that's very, very important that coaches do not, sit there and, Google Gaga, babyfy the client, because that's going to hold the mentor and the coach, kind of back a little bit, from, assisting others, because they have to kind of identify someone else's goals and brand as well as to where they need to be. So that is very, very profound of what you stated. So now this is the time that you get to share with the audience of how they can be able to follow you. First of all, we'd like to thank you for being our guest on today and to be able to share all of these tools and resources, and also about your brand and your book, Women Who Shine. That is very, very important and awesome. And so you can be able to share your social media links, and then you can also share your website and, of course, the class that you have that's coming up, so the audience can perhaps maybe be able to follow you. You can be able to do that at this time.
Amazing. I love new friends. I love connecting, and I love serving. I really, really live to serve. So do reach out. You can connect with me on social media. My name is Ellie Shefi, so you can reach out on Facebook or Instagram, and always feel free to send me a DM. Or you can head to my website, which is ellieshefi.com. Ladies, if you are on that in that space that I mentioned where you're unclear about something, or you're being held back, or you're tired of the pain, or you've had trauma that has really affected you, that you're still carrying the weight of that, then join me November 5th through the 7th for You Are Not Your Scars. Because, ladies, I don't care what's happened to you. You are not what's happened to you. You are not your scars. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are amazing. You are valuable. You are worthy. You are resilient. You are unbreakable. You are limitless, and you are loved. So it is an online virtual event where we are diving deep. It is live with me, but you can do it from the comfort and safety of your home. So November 5th through the 7th, and to learn more about that or to register, just go to YouAreNotYourScarsWorkshop.com. So come join me at the You Are Not Your Scars Workshop, November 5th through the 7th. I cannot wait to serve you, and connect with me on social media. Let me know how I can help.
Wow, that is awesome. Ellie Shefi, increasing your profitability. That was just an astounding interview on today, and we thank you so much for taking out your time sharing with us and the audience and the listeners on today. Listeners, you know where to go to be able to find out the next guest that's going to be on the show, and more information about Women Who Rock with Success. You can go to our Facebook page, and also we are on LinkedIn and Instagram. So Ellie, once again, thank you so much for being our guest, and everyone have a good day.
Thank you.